Hi, everybody. Hello, it's Erin McKeown coming to you live from my house right here in Western Massachusetts. So excited to be playing a show right now for you for the Arc, one of my very, very favorite venues all across the United States. I have a little extra trick here that I want to do, and I want to bring in someone special. Aha! Look, it's my hands. This is my special audio trick here, and I wanted to get it all special for you. The great thing about live streaming is that you get to see my house, but then you get to see all these details that you might not get to see in any other way if we were doing a show. So I thought it'd be really great to just get started here with something totally brand new. I have a songwriting group that I work with, and here, just one second. I want to do something here. Is everybody doing okay? This is live streaming is the absolute. Okay, there we go. Live streaming is like the absolute cutting edge of technology these days. So here we are. Okay, perfect. So I'm in a songwriting group, and we had a quarantine assignment to use a phrase in a song and write something for it. So this is a brand new song to start out with tonight. Meet me on the seafloor, far below the waves and tide. We will kiss our orifices, away from viruses. Fly with me to outer space, beyond the reach of pathogens. I will twine your tentacles in mine and feed you hydrochloroquines. Love in the time of corona, love in the midst of it all. Is this what it means to be human, to reach for love even as we fall? Love in the time of corona, love in the midst of it all. Is this what it means to be human, to reach for love even as we fall? Come with me into a dream, beyond the reach of pathogens. Jettison your mask and gloves. We will be free from the necessary PPE. The protection of a fantasy provides a certain kind of royalty, grants a moment of serenity, bestows a little bit of safety on the salty floor of the sea. Ta-da! Brand new song. No one's ever heard that before except the folks in my songwriting group. Here we are. I'm so excited. I hope everything's working great for you all. I'm assuming someone will send me a message. If it isn't, there's chats going on. There's folks from the ARC in the chat. So send them questions. Maybe even shout out where you're watching from, right? I'm so curious. You could be anywhere. I am in Western Massachusetts. This house is, I've been living here for 15 years. And you can't tell, but just outside that window is a river. that is everything to me. It's and it includes flooding my house sometimes, so that has happened as well. But we live with that, right? Just like we live with the uncertainty of the pandemic these days. My goal is to just play you some songs tonight. Feel free to request things. I'm going to leave some time at the end. We can do some Q&A, and you can ask me anything you want to ask me. It doesn't even have to be about music. I remember many a time I've come to Ann Arbor, and I love to talk to you all about sports. Sports is one of my favorite things, and Michigan is such a great spot to talk about for sports, and perhaps also potential vice presidential candidate. But meantime, I'm going to play you this song. It's another new one, and I feel like it's also in the pandemic spirit. It's called You Cannot. You cannot cage me, I revolt. You cannot contain me, I bolt. I'm not caught because what I got you can't hold. At the beginning, at the wilderness, the wildness was obvious. From the moment you saw me, you should have known. In the dirty snow, holding my own. You cannot cage me, I revolt. You cannot contain me, I bolt. I'm not caught because what I got you can't hold. I wouldn't dare me, so don't. You cannot wheel me, I won't. I'm not caught because what I got you can't hold. Pinching an audience, this naughtiness is glorious. You love me because of this wildness is tenderness. With every bite of my teeth, I'm showing you best how I love you back without bitterness. You cannot cage me, I revolt. You cannot contain me, I bolt. I'm not caught because what I got you can't hold. I wouldn't dare me, so don't. You cannot will me, I won't. I'm not caught because what I got you can't hold. Ta-da! You cannot, in the spirit of the pandemic. Let's see. All right, already the requests are coming in. Yes, those two songs, Queen of Quiet and the Queer Gospel, they're already on the list. Let's do the Queen of Quiet now. Let me tune this up. For those of you that have seen me over many years, you'll know that I often play an electric guitar. And I'm not playing an acoustic guitar just because I'm in my house. I decided just before this pandemic to make a change, and I found this fun little acoustic guitar in a store in Western Massachusetts where I live, and it was calling my name. And I thought, I'm gonna go back 20 years and start playing acoustic guitar again. So it's been really nice to go back to my roots and have a change of pace. Of course, everything is a change of pace right now. Yeah, Little Guy. Little Guy is the name of this guitar. Hello, little guy. Welcome to the internet. Okay, Queen of Quiet. Yeah, this song comes from my very first record called Distillation, which, believe it or not, is going to be turning 20 this year. 20 this year, which means I was 2 when I made it. Ah ha ha, that joke never gets old to me. I'm a kind of lover who won't run for cover. What kind of lover am I? Come on, baby, I'm loving lazy. What kind of lover am I? Put my bed above us, then I'll learn to love us. What kind of lover am I? I'm a little drinker, I'm nervous and a stinker. What kind of lover am I? Ooh, a little rule breaker, how do I break so well? Oh, a little rule breaker, if you break me, can you tell the world? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hard forever for art. What kind of lover am I? I don't say it, I imply it. I'm the queen of quiet. What kind of lover am I? Who I am, a little rule breaker. How do I break so well? Oh, a little rule breaker. If you break me, can you tell? Now I'm a kind of lover who won't run for cover. What kind of lover am I? I'm a kind of lover who won't run for cover. What kind of lover am I? Kind of lover. Now what kind of lover am I? Kind of lover. There you go. That's one of those requests. We'll get to the other one later, I promise you. You know, in the pandemic, it's been the little things that have been making me happy. And some of them are colors, right? So I've been really into, this is why I'm glad about having the second camera, because I'm really into my red sofa. So every time I look at this red sofa, I feel really good. And then I found this thermos in my house. This is the coffee shop that I grew up going to, Hyperion Espresso in Fredericksburg, Virginia, which is where I grew up. And look at this bright yellow, beautiful thing. There it is in this camera. You got a nice shot of it there. Something about this color is just making me ridiculously happy and comforted, right? It's the little things in the pandemic, the little things that are making me happy. How about y'all? What are the little things that are making you all happy, right? It could just be like the ability to take a walk if you're able to do that, trying a new food, or it could be extra time with your friends or family. One other little thing for me that I have to say I'm really enjoying is not driving as much, right? If you have the job that I've had forever, you spend so much time in your car. And I also live in a really rural place, so even when I'm home, I have to spend a lot of time in my car to get anything done. So it feels really great to just not be in the car. That's another little thing that I really appreciate. Let's see, what do I want to do next? It's also so chill here, right? I'm just like playing the concert in my living room and it's just chill, right? I hope you all are chilling somewhere nice as well. I was thinking during that last song, I'm the kind of lover who won't run for covers. If you also know me, you know that I absolutely almost never play covers. Well, there's a cover I've been enjoying lately that is by my good friends, the Mountain Goats. And I learned it for a podcast called I Only Listen to Mountain Goats, which is about exactly what you think it's about. And I learned this song for that podcast, and I don't know, it just gives me joy, right? This is the pandemic choice. Joy or not joy? Joy. You roared into the driveway of our southwestern ranch-style house on a new Kawasaki, all yellow and black, fresh out of the showroom. Our house faced west, so the big orange sun positioned at your back lit up your magnificent silhouette. How much better can my life get? 900 cc's of raw whining power, no outstanding warrants for my arrest. Hi diddly dee, goddamn, the pirate's life for me. Hopped on back of the bike, wrapped my arms around you. Then I sank my face into your hair, and then I inhaled as deeply as I possibly could. You were sweet and delicious as the warm desert air, and you pointed your headlamp toward the horizon. You were the one thing in the galaxy God didn't have his eyes on. 900 cc's of raw whining power, no outstanding warrants for arrest. I did a DD, goddamn, the pirate's life for me. There you go. That's a song called Jenny by my friends, the Mountain Goats. And you can check out the podcast. I only listen to Mountain Goats. Even if you don't know the band, I think you'd enjoy it. And you can check out my version of that song as well. I'm gonna do something a little bit different now. It's been a second since I've gotten to come to Ann Arbor. I mean, obviously, I know that like there's many of you who are watching here that are not necessarily in Ann Arbor, but I am thinking about you tonight because we are coming to you live through the ARC's website. But lately, over the last few years, I've been doing more songs without words. Sometimes those are called poems, but I like to call them songs without words. And this is a song that I made for a record called Mirrors Break Back, and then I took the music away after a while because it wasn't doing it for me. I don't know about you, but I spend a lot of time working on myself, right? Trying to be a better person, be a healthier person, live a better work-life balance, be a better friend, all kinds of things like that. And I, trying to always step forward and be, I don't know, just like be better, like going for my best life. Thank you, Oprah. And I mostly feel like I'm doing a good job, right? I look back at 20 years ago, for example, thinking about distillation, and I'm glad I'm where I'm at now. I don't need to be back there. I'm glad to be where I'm at in this moment, feeling like I'm doing a good job, feeling like I'm moving forward, just trying to be better, right? And then every once in a while, I'll walk by a reflective surface and I'll catch a glimpse of myself in that reflective surface. And it feels like all the work that I did just goes away, right? Just goes away in a second. It crumbles. And I call that moment mirrors break back. So fragile, a delicate flame that burns out. So fleeting in nature, love for myself. One look, I'm full of cracks. Mirrors break back and forth between faith and doubt. The stage and the shadow, the spring and the fall. The constant swing of it all gets me down, down. Still the merry-go-round finds a way to come round so I can get up again. Amen. Tell me, do you feel the same way when mirrors break back? Ooh, break back. Mirrors break back. Ooh, break back. I never had a mother, I only had a mother who compared ourselves to others, always another and another. I was taught to think the bitch takes up space. The witch gets burned at the stake. This history deceives me, leaves me vulnerable to attack. Mirrors break back. Ooh, break back. Mirrors break back. Ooh, break back. It's true. Sometimes I do think I'm beautiful, with strong hands and wrists, pulling on strings and raising fists. And when I shatter the glass, punch that ceiling, feels like we can all break through, but then you turn around and it turns on you. All of us know this realness too. We feel the same lows in our tight clothes. But at least we're less alone when those mirrors break back. Ooh, break back. Mirrors break back. Ooh, break back. For every action, there is the equal and opposite action. For every confident step, there is the backstab of fear. Backslash, backslide, sidestep into the negative. The president. You are all wrong. The patriarchy is strong, and its biggest weapon is hanging in your house, saying, you better check yourself. You better check yourself. Too late. Straight to my heart, it's cardiac. Mirrors break back. ooh, brick back, mirrors brick back, ooh, brick back, yeah. Ah, mirrors brick back, ooh, brick back, mirrors brick back, ooh, brick back, yeah. Ah, for every action, there is the equal and opposite action. For every hateful look, I will close my eyes and picture a fire, an endless choir until I will not believe what I see when the mirror is trying to break me. I will look up. I will look out. How about I meet your eyes? And in that rhapsodic deed, mirrors break, ooh, break. That's the seed. You are all the reflection I need. There you go, Mirrors Break Back. From the record Mirrors Break Back, that's the last release that I've made. It was a pair of EPs. One side, Mirrors Break Back, like I was saying about these dark thoughts I can have about myself, and the other side of the EP was called According to Us. And it was a record about letting your freak flag fly, being yourself and being proud of it. And one of the songs from that side of the EP is called "The Queer Gospel," and I think at 8:21 on a Thursday night, I think I'd like to bless you with that right now. Love us as we are. See us and we're holy. In this shall ever be holy ourselves. Your love will take us far. Praise us and we'll show you from heaven to the glory holes, glorious and free. There are those who think we're wicked. There are those who call us names. Depraved, lost and sick, and would rather bathe us in shame. But we put the sin in sincere. We put the do in the doubt. God is perfectly clear. We are perfectly out. Love us as we are. See us and we're holy. In this shall ever be holy ourselves. Your love will take us far. Praise us and we'll show you from heaven to the glory holes, glorious and free. I believe in the ritual of lipstick, the sanctity of electric guitar. But it's cool if you're not that Catholic. You can be whoever you are. Love us as we are. See us and we're holy. In this shall ever be holy ourselves. Your love will take us far. Praise us and we'll show you from heaven to the glory holes, glorious and free. According to thus and was ever thus, come join our jubilee. In this shall ever be glorious and free. There it is, the queer gospel by request. You are blessed from my living room to your living room. Speaking of a blessing, we are presenting this stream to you tonight for free. But it would be a great blessing to the ARC and to myself if you would support us in this time. So above you in the chat, there's a link. Below you here on the screen is a reminder of it. Feel free to make a donation to our tip jar. It would be really appreciated and would help both artists that the ARC supports and the ARC itself keep going through this time until we can have live music again. I'm just gonna check the requests really quick, see what else people wanna hear. Oh, good. I'm glad you like the second camera shot. I just played Mirrors Break Back for you, Melissa. David, you got both your requests. Arlen requests, they say it's Spring by Blossom Dearie. Arlen, that requires an enormously long page of sheet music that is in the other room. And I feel like it'd be weird if I just got up to go get it right now. But then another request I see in there is from Teresa, who would like me to play a song called Proof. Teresa, because we are on the internet right now, let's see, let me find my keyboard here. I'm gonna go online and I'm gonna find the lyrics to this song and I'm gonna try to play it for you. This is Proof. My Google search right now is Proof Erin McKeown lyrics, because this is not a song I remember how to play. Oh look, thank you internet. Okay, I have the lyrics coming up now. I hope I remember the chords. This may go terribly wrong, Teresa, and we may not get through all of it, but I'm gonna give it a try. Okay, I think I can actually do this. This song comes from a record called Manifestra that came out in 2013, and it was, gosh, it seems so naive now. It was a record about being a better citizen and being more involved in our country, and it came from a very positive Obama-like place. Like I like where things are going, and I want to be part of it. I want to be a better citizen, and I still feel the same way. I still feel like my best thing I can do as a patriot is to fight for the country that I believe in, and that means agitating, that means speaking out. But this song does seem from a simpler time, and Manifestor seems from a simpler time. So let's stay in touch with that right now. Proof. Take a photo, there's your proof. Solve a number, there's your proof. Take a shot down the bar, there's your proof. Fire a bullet, it gets through. Glass will cut underfoot. Evidence you conclude, there's your proof. Seasons change, bodies move in the fields where we stood. See the dirt, eat the food, there's your proof. Kings will fall, queens will rule. From the forge comes the tool. Chart the sky, watch the stars, there's your proof. Oh, you and I can't be proved. Oh, you and I can't be proved. Break the law, break the rules that predict me to you. What is God? What is truth? There's no proof. Still we fight, still we bruise. Steel and stone will be new to us. Love survives, hearts defy. We are proof. Oh, you and I can't be proved. Walk the floor, stomp your boot, hear the wood ring like music, and shut the door. Raise the roof, there's your proof. There you go, Teresa. Proof for you. Boy, that was really fun, actually, I gotta say. That was really fun to play something I haven't played in that long. And you know what? I was talking about before Mirrors Break Back of just trying to get better and trying to, something I've been working on over the years is my voice. I'm always working on my voice, and I haven't sung that song in, I bet, like 4 or 5 years. And I can sing it better now, which is really delightful. Maybe it'll come back into rotation. Come back into rotation. If y'all don't know, my biggest project, so the last recorded music I put out was called Mirrors Break Back According to Us. Like I said, this pair of EPs that go together. And the rest of the time, for the last 7-8 years, I have been working on a musical that I wrote with my friend Chiara Alegria Hudis. And she and I adapted a play of hers into a musical called Miss You Like Hell. And it finished up in 2018. It opened up at the Public Theater off Broadway in New York City. And then it's been licensed. And before pre-pandemic, it was being done all around the United States, in different cities by different kinds of folks, by community theater groups, professional theater groups, student groups in high schools and colleges. It was really exciting to see the show spreading across the country, and I'm sure it will continue once we are allowed to have live theater again. But it's a show about a mother and a daughter who take a road trip across the country, and being that it's a show about mothers and daughters, I thought I would play you a song from it in honor of Mother's Day on Sunday. If you're interested, one of the productions that was happening before the pandemic was in Providence, Rhode Island, and of course they did about 3 performances, and then they had to shut down like everything else did. So they're doing an online version of Miss You Like Hell, complete with chats with the artists involved, performing some songs, and I'll be there to talk about what it was like to write this musical, and I'm gonna play a cut song from the musical as well. So if you wanna watch that on Sunday night, you can find all the information on my website. But yeah, so I'm gonna play you a song from Miss You Like Hell now. The mom, Beatriz, is a Mexican American woman who came to the United States when she was about 18, and she is undocumented. And her daughter Olivia is 16 and a citizen, and they have been estranged for a number of years following a bitter custody battle and a divorce. And the musical charts their reconciliation as they drive across the country together. I don't know if you ever tried to solve something in a small space like a car with your mom, but drama ensues. And so this is early in the show, and it's a song that they sing to each other about mothers. Mothers are the trickiest things, the trickiest by far. A mother is the slipperiest thing a daughter could wish for. Mothers will make you eat your greens. Mothers bring you midnight snacks. Mothers teach you where you're from. Mothers love you where you're at. Tolerate the combat boots. Help you walk in heels. Mothers will get your first tattoo. You are crazy. Mothers are the trickiest things, the trickiest by far. A mother is the slipperiest thing a daughter could wish for. Mothers will build you a tree house. Mothers will let you skin your knees. Mothers make you study hard. Mothers like advanced degrees. Help you find your passion. Passion better pay the bills. Mothers raise you to be strong. Bend you to their will. Mothers are the trickiest things, the trickiest by far. A mother is the slipperiest thing a daughter could wish for. We're stumbling, fumbling, blind through a minefield. We're driving with blindfolds, backs to the windshield, head first off a cliff. Not sure if there's a water. How do you say ayúdame in mother, or help me in daughter? Mothers are your training wheels, hold you up and be your guide. Dad got me a bike, I taught myself to ride. Mothers second guess all the things that daughters do. Our Lady of Contradictions, how shall we pray to you? Motherhood is backache, motherhood is heartache. Mothers wear a poker face, mothers bend but never break. Underneath the weight, underneath the weight, underneath the mothers are the trickiest things, the trickiest by far. Mother of contradictions, do I get a second chance? There you go, in honor of Mother's Day, about those complicated, slippery, difficult, irreplaceable things called mothers. I think I'm going to play you another song from Miss You Like Hell right now, and then we'll get to more requests. They're coming in fast and furious, which is so exciting. Thank you for that. Later on in the musical, Olivia and her mother Beatriz are starting to repair their relationship as they move west, and they're headed towards Yellowstone National Park, which is the spiritual center of our musical for sure. And Olivia is driving for the first time, and I don't know if you remember your first moments driving, but there's a sense of real joy and real freedom, and it's such a marker in a young person's life, the moment that they get to take the wheel for the first time. Olivia is someone who has lived in her head for so long. She's a wonderful writer. She has a really sharp intelligence and a lot of things to say, but can't always express that in real life the way she can in her writing. And in this moment of the show, she's starting to like come out of her shell a little bit behind the wheel, with the great American West opening up in front of her. Monarch butterflies take the A train. Moby Dick swims the Great Plains. Kitty Hawk decides to bike it. The world is upside down and I like it. I used to read to escape, to be anywhere but here. Now I'm here. I used to read to run away so I could disappear. Now I'm here. Here I am, here we are, present tense, sky and stars. Wild West robbers cross the Delaware, hitch the Gulf Stream waters with a Rogers and a stare, passing the Donner Party drive-thru, cross the Rockies on the Chattanooga choo-choo. Rosa Parks rafts the Mississippi, herds of Dust Bowl tractors finally riding free, transatlantic Cherokee trailing as Sitting Bull is gone again to Graceland. I used to read to escape, to be anywhere but here. Now I'm here. I used to read to run away so I could disappear. Now I'm here. Here I am, here we are. Here I am, here we are. Present tense, sky and stars. A miraculous, glittering asphalt rodeo. Two yellow lines stretched out in stereo. The curve of the earth holds up barrio. The mythical, the difficult, the derelict American road. Lewis and Clark join the Joad family air show. Frisco streetcars scramble to San Antonio. Feel the wind against my palm. Feel the future open up with my mom. I used to read to escape, to be anywhere but here. Now I'm here. I used history to run away so I could disappear. Now I'm here. Here I am. Here we are. Here I am. Here we are. Here I am. Here we are. Monarch butterflies. There you go. There's a pair of songs from Miss You Like Hell, which is a musical that I wrote. There's a soundtrack to it that you can listen to on all the places, and maybe you can ask for it in your community when we start having live theater again. We will have live theater again. I know we will. Let me check on some requests here. See what folks would like to hear. Here's one. Okay, I'm going to try this one. Natalie asked for A Better Wife. I'm going to have to turn to the internet for this one too, but that's okay. Just because I want to make sure I get it right. Does anyone need a typist in the pandemic? I'm pretty good at it. There it is. Thank you, genius.com, for having my own lyrics up there for me. Okay, so this song, A Better Wife, comes from a record called Grand, which came out in 2003, which is before I was born. I made this record. Does that joke get old? And this is a song about, it's not a song about me. I don't always write about myself. This is a song about someone I knew and something that was happening in their relationship. I'm just something else he tried. A catalog of interests in a catalog of lives. I hid myself from him. I wouldn't say it was a lie, but hiding worked its way into the way we lived our lives. It was clear that he was troubled. He had trouble with his pride. But I could never tell if the fault was his or mine. So I drew myself away. I wouldn't say I left behind a man who would never know the man he was inside. In a moment, he was gone. I could see that he had died by the quickening of blood and the fluttering of eyes. So I held him to my breast like all the better wives who furnish men with love and never leave their side. I'm just something else he tried. Salt that's left behind after tears have dried. And I suppose that I'll go on. After all, it was my life, and all that I supposed I held has come to be untied. That's your part. There it is, A Better Wife for Teresa. Thank you for asking for that. That's another old one that they haven't gotten to. Oh, and the requests are coming in fast and furious now as we're running out of time. If you have any questions, things you want to ask me, also put those in the chat because I'll stop in a few minutes and then we can talk and answer some things if you want. I was singing that last song just a moment ago, and I had such a strong memory of coming to the Ark to play in a round with three other guitar players, one of whom was Bill Kirchen. And I don't think the folks from the Ark knew this when they asked me to come play in that round of guitar players. But Bill Kirchen had been a regular visitor to Fredericksburg, Virginia, where I grew up for many years with his great rockabilly bands, and he would come and play this one bar downtown Fredericksburg, and I just loved his guitar playing so much that when I was a teenager, I would sneak in to that bar and I would watch Bill Kirchen and his band play, and then I would sit in with that band because I knew somebody else who was in the band, and I get to like get up and play electric guitar solos. You can imagine like 16, 17-year-old me hopping up there with Bill Kirchen to play guitar, and then I got to have this beautiful reunion with him 20 something years later at the Ark. We got to play a show together, so grateful for the Ark and the work that they do. If you are grateful too, add something to the tip jar wherever you want to do it. We'd really, really appreciate it. I saw this request. Let me catch the name of who wants it. This is for Marie, who has asked for this song, and I just was looking for another excuse to get on the keyboard again. This song comes from a record called Hundreds of Lions, and I originally wrote it on the guitar, but over the years, it's like I'm always trying to do something to keep myself interested, fresh, to keep things like bright and new for me, and to make every show like as in the moment as it can. So sometimes I have to do things that are hard for me. So playing the piano is not as easy for me as the guitar. So I learned this song on the piano in an attempt to make it hard for myself. It's called Santa Cruz. Let's see if I remember how to play it. Yeah, I do. Things we do and the things we let between the tide and the cigarettes, all the cups we cannot sip between our legs, across our lips. Don't go, you don't go. All the places we will meet between our start and our winding sheet. Some will leave and some will walk. Hung like thieves, we sing the cross. You don't go, you don't go, you don't go, you don't go. And all the rules we will not break, we'll break beside each note I make, between the beat and speaker throw. What I think where still won't go. You don't go, you don't go, you don't go, you don't go. Look at me that way. When you do, what can I do but do everything you say? So don't look at me that way. When you do, what can I do but do everything you say? From Santa Cruz, we're drawing close between the hems and cuffs of clothes, and all the things I cannot do. I'm thinking of more I'll do to you, and late spent one night on borrowed cars. We went one time, was it too far? Between the headlights and engine block, between my knees, between the clocks. You don't go, you don't go, you don't go, you don't go. Things we do and the things we let, between the tide and cigarettes, all the cups we cannot sip, between our legs, across our lips. Santa Cruz, there you go. Go to the Saturn Diner in Santa Cruz when we can go places again. I'm gonna play one more song, and then I see some questions are coming, which is awesome. Let's see. I'm gonna do. Oh, this is a great. Mandy has asked for this song. It's a great pandemic song. Right? It's like these things that are happening now cause us to look back at our life in different ways. And I made a record called "We Will Become Like Birds," and this song "We Are More" is on that record. And at the time, it was a record about like the worst heartache that I'd ever gone through, and I was trying to I felt terrible, and I felt down, and I felt low, and I didn't feel like it would ever change, and I decided that I had to write my way out of it, right? I had to write the songs that were about the way I wanted to feel, even though I didn't feel that way at the time. And so this song "We Are More" is one of them. And I don't know, over the years it's been really useful. I do feel better when I sing it. And so here in the pandemic, might help you too. Oh, I want to get this right, so little guy is up past little guy's bedtime. I don't know about you, but I've been going to bed really early in the pandemic. So, almost 9 o'clock on a Thursday night, I'm usually asleep. All right, we are more. Well, this morning I saw a glimmer of hope in the eyes that I met at the door, of separate futures, confident sutures to the wounds that we have endured. Oh, now you hate the words of war, but baby, face it, that's what it's been for us. Well, we were never good fighters, very good soldiers, but through this we are more. Said it's victory on this ordering and sorting, memory to museum quality. Oh, and in a box we are, and we're art for the victims and tourists to see. Oh, and this victory we're part of is part, parameter of all that has come before. Well, we were never good fighters, very good soldiers, but through this we are more. we're all together. Right now, I would teach you your part. So if you're singing at home and you want to do your part, it's going to go like this. Ha, that's the first part. Ha, that's all it is. Ha, ha, I think I can hear you through the internet. Ha, that's it, keep going. Ha, oh, so what's the harm in ruin? Remind us of who we were in the darker times. And in the pieces of colonies, we'll find that we follow a church of our own design. And by our best we remembered, baptized we surrender, by air, by water, by shore. Well, we were never good fighters, very good soldiers, but through this we are more. Ha, we are more. There it is for you in the pandemic. Hopefully a little bit of hope to help you this evening. Hang in there, to roll with the punches, to ride the waves. Let's see. Oh, we have a question from Jeff. When is the next record? Good question, Jeff. I have 3 records somewhere in the pipeline that I hope to record this fall. To be honest, it depends on how big my tax bill is. And how much money is left over to make a record. These are the pandemic economics of the time being. I will figure it out. Don't worry, I'll figure it out. But yeah, I have a singer-songwriter record that is almost finished being written. I have another musical that I've been writing myself, book music and lyrics. That is a comic dramedy workplace play musical that takes place in a terrarium. So with original music written in the style of the Great American Songbook. So that record is on its way. And then I have a musical biography project that I'm working on about my childhood in Virginia. So I've got these 3 things cooking on the stove, and one of them will get recorded this fall. And so hopefully in 2021, when we can all meet again, I'll have a new record. Let me just check and see if there's any other questions here from folks. There was a couple of people that asked for this one other song, Elizabeth, and okay, good. Alexandra asks, what kind of guitar is Little Guy? Well, I'm one of those people that like covers up brands, but Little Guy is a Godin. And it's the first true acoustic guitar that Godin has made. You can't tell because I'm small, but Little Guy is very small. This is not a normal size acoustic guitar. It's very tiny. It might as well be a ukulele. Let's see. Yeah, so I want to finish up by playing the song that, let's see, Elizabeth asked for this song, and also Hannah asked for this song, which I'd be totally happy to play for you. And I had one more thing that I was thinking about the pandemic. We're in this like do-it-yourself world, right? And I made this. This is a songbook that I made as a 40th birthday project for myself, a little midlife crisis. It's called Some of My Better Songs, but Not All of Them. And it's the 25 best songs I thought I wrote before age 40. And for example, just right here, I'll just show you. If you liked that last song, We Are More, and you want to learn to play it, here you go. You got the sheet music right there for it. So you don't have to watch me play it. You can play it yourself. And this last song I'm about to play is also in this book. 25 of my better songs. are in this book. You can find all this stuff on my website, and there's a link in the chat to all of that. And before I play this last song, too, let me just check one more question here. Oh, I love this question. Lisa asks, I love the rhythm of your songs. What did you grow up listening to that shaped my sense of rhythm? What did I listen to growing up? I've always been interested in any music that has percussion in it. I grew up listening to southern blues rock actually, and a lot of Dave Matthews. But then I got into Soul Coughing, right, which was a really unique like late '90s band that used percussion in interesting ways. And then I went to college, and I have a degree in something called ethnomusicology, which is a study of music and culture and how it's used. And I encountered a lot of different music, not just from around the world, but even from the United States. That uses rhythm in different ways. I mean, here in the United States, like you could just stay within our borders and be discovering so much really interesting music. But for me, my sense of rhythm has always just come from I love to run, I love to play tennis, I love to drum. Anything that is like a repetitive motion like that just feels really good to me. It feels really soothing and really grounding. So everything from the musical Miss You Like Hell to all of my records, all of those songs always begin with drum loops. Like I've always written to drum loops. You may not hear a drum loop in the final version of it, or I might sit here and play it on the keyboard or the guitar just by itself. But everything I've written comes from some sort of like percussion loop. So yeah, thanks for noticing that. It's really like the most important element of music to me. I mean, I love melody and I love harmony, but for me, rhythm is really where it's at, and I try to put those rhythms in the instruments. I try to put them in the words and how I sing them, and everything is a drum, and every beat is the one. Oh, these questions are coming in, and we got to wrap up. Let's see. Elizabeth asks, what's your favorite song that you have written and or to perform? It's always the newest one. It's always the one that's hardest. It's always the one that's most scary to do. There's a kind of like high wire tightrope to that is it's like the world's best drug. To do something you've never done before, to present it to people, and to not know if it's going to work or if you're going to be able to do it. That's always my favorite. So tonight, for example, like when we started tonight, I started with the song that I had written for my quarantine songwriting group, and no one's ever heard that before, and I had no idea if it would work, and at that moment I'm wondering if the live stream is working, and if the second camera's working, and all that stuff, and maybe that sounds like torture to you, but that's also like my really most exciting thing. So I don't have a favorite song. I'm seeing another question here. Do I have a personal favorite song? I'll tell you what I've been really enjoying recently. There's a questions coming in. So this is like schizophrenic, but y'all are schizophrenic because you're looking at like the chat thing right now, and you probably have like the TV on, and your kid is probably doing something in the other room. So anyway, we're all on the same page. Yes, you can use the ukulele with the songbook. It has chord dots for guitar, and of course, if you know, you can use guitar chord dots for ukulele chord dots, and the names of the chords are also written above it. So yeah, you can totally use the ukulele for songs. I have been, most of the culture that I consume is podcasts and like prestige cable. So that's how I find out about music most, is like songs that are on TV shows that I watch. And I've been really into a TV show called Babylon Berlin, which you can watch on Netflix right now. It's a German TV show that's a crime noir set in Berlin in 1929. And it has an incredible original soundtrack. Brian Eno, not Brian Eno, Brian Ferry of Roxy Music, Brian Ferry, has taken some of his biggest hits and turned them into like 20s style jazz songs. So that forms a lot of the soundtrack to it, plus some original music by the show's creators. And then a couple of vocal songs that were written for the series. There's one called Du Asche, zu Staub, which I really like, and then there's another one by a song Du bist alles by a group called Woods of Burnham, and I would say those are my two favorite songs right now. But that might be obscure, like German songs from a German TV show, but that's what it is for me today. Speaking of, I'm gonna play you this last song, and some of you might know this song because I was really lucky. A couple years ago, it got used in the TV show The Good Fight, the sequel to The Good Wife. That's difficult to understand, but it's The Good Fight, which is the sequel. And in the very first season, they bookended the season in the first episode and the last episode with this song of mine. So it was a great honor to have "You Were Right About Everything" used in that way. Just before we quit, like, this was really fun. Thank you so much for these questions. Thank you to Anya and Barb and everyone at the Arc for having me. This is the new world we're in, and this is really fun. This is way better than just sitting at home. I mean, it's sitting at home still, but like, we get to hang out. And yeah, thanks for all your questions. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the Arc. And I can't wait to like come back and be in that lovely semicircular room. You were never broken by ordinary things. You kept holding out for the big mistake. I was fragile, too scared and delicate. You kept trying. I am the one that quit, worn out by the baggage that we bring. You were right about everything. Well, there were times your rage began to show. You were never more dangerous to know. You passed me running, and you caught me standing still. You would do it all again and all for the thrill. Now, I was raised, you get out before you sink. You were brave about everything. Nostalgia's sweet, hindsight is so dear. Objects now smaller than they appear. The birds of summer, in winter they disappear. In spring they return, new life, oh, new years. Here I am humble on my knees. Come back to life, come back to everything. Come back to life, come back to everything. Oh, you were right about everything. Oh, you were right about everything.
Thanks everybody so much. This was so much fun. It's so great to see you all, and I hope I see you very soon in person or online. Stay in touch. Thank you so much to the ARC. Take care, y'all. See you really, really soon.